Welcome, my name is Carl Johann Schroeder, and this is my meetup called Inner Selves for Outer Mastery. Mastering the inner world. That's where things really count. That's where it matters. Learning to be with yourself in all the ways that your life draws you to be with yourself. So today's topic, Spirit gives me topics, and I do a lot of personal growth around these topics, and I love to share what I learn, as well as from the most recent experiences and through my entire life. I just sort of spiritual teacher by nature, spiritual student by nature, just sharing what I learned, how the universe works, how my life works. So I know these things work for me, they work for other people as well. Today's topic, how to value yourself, how to believe in yourself, what that even means, and to do it in ways that society doesn't do for you. Because it's not society's job. It's not other people's job to validate us. We need validation, absolutely. We need to be valued. We need to believe in ourselves. But society is not going to do it. And basically, you know, when you're a young person, you have all these kind of wonderful dreams. Oh my God, so amazing. And then you discover, like, the people that you want to partner with and build things with, they're having as many or more problems as yourself. So it really isn't other people's job to make our life work. We need to make our own life work. And what's interesting is how to do that, how to really value and believe in yourself. It's about valuing the kind of person you are, the being, becoming a better person. That is really what we're doing in life. There are all these beliefs in the society that can make society seem like the enemy. Society is not the enemy. We need to learn to understand how everything works, how it all fits together, to not have undue expectations that break the system. Actually, everything can fit together. Everything can work. First and foremost, though, we do need to be able to value and believe in ourselves. So all of the attempts that people make to get someone else to validate them, to find something, even a thing, an activity, that what will make me happy? This will make me happy. This will make me happy. Nothing will make us happy. You know, in psychology, they say, you are not responsible for other people's feelings. And of course, that's one of the big stumbling blocks in life, because it's called projection, where you really just feel carrying a lot of anguish for somebody else's suffering. You really want to fix their suffering. You really want to help people to not go through emotions that you don't want to be going through. That's the projection part. You really don't want to take away people's life experience. You want to appreciate that everyone has their own soul. Everyone has their own solutions. You can't take people's life lessons away from them. But there is that temptation, because it's a beautiful thing to want to help people. That we'll talk about how that's a really important key aspect of life, to want to share, to want to care, to want to help people. That's loving. That's my thumbnail definition for loving, is the ability and willingness to help someone you care about to have a wonderful life. So you do want to help other people, but you got to help yourself. You got to help yourself first. So this is where, if we're trying to get other people to value us and believe in us, or if we're trying to pump up other people, I believe in you, I value you, it's not going to work if we aren't taking care of ourselves first. It's you know, the saying in the airlines, you know, oxygen mask first, where the stewardess says, you know, if there's an emergency, an oxygen mask will drop, and that can represent your higher connection, your connection to your higher self. You've got to breathe oxygen to make sure that you have your own connection to the source, to the energy, so that you are even able to help people. It's wonderful to want to help people. It's wonderful, actually, to need other people to help you. Of course, society doesn't like to emphasize that side, but it's two sides of the same coin, right? So why shouldn't we be just as proud that I need help, to be just as proud of that as that I want to help others? It's two sides of the same coin. It fits together. And the idea is that the whole system works. Life is a whole system. All the parts will fit together. Everything is designed to work. We need to understand how the parts function together. It's like if you have a great car, you get a new car, and you're all excited to go places, but you drive it the wrong way. It's like, oh, I thought that I could start the car by turning on the radio, and then the car never gets going. And I'm dancing in the car, I'm singing, I'm having a great time. The energy is so great, but the car's still not moving. Oh, I guess the car is broken. It's like, no, you have to like turn on the ignition. You have to learn how your life really works. There's a right and a wrong way to use everything. And this is the origin of the fact that there's a positive and negative version of everything. And if you'll notice, in the society, it's very judgmental. In other words, it's very labeling. It's very categorizing, pigeonholing things. It's saying, this is good, do this. This is bad, don't do this. Hey, everybody, this is good, only do this. Hey, everybody, don't do this, you're bad, you'll get punishments if you do this. Society is very, very limiting that way. Things are either good or bad. Now, there's a reason for this. It's because society is not meant to be our solution. Society is only meant to offer different options, different ideas. The physical world is a kind of illusion. What it is, the way I like to say it is that the physical world is empty containers. What really matters is the energy that you pour into the containers. So the energy that you bring to every situation. That is what really causes things to work or not work. Your own energy, your state of being. And it turns out your state of being is driven by your beliefs, your concepts of how the world works. Your beliefs are your expectations, your value systems, your worldview. You know, when you reframe a problem, when you like pick yourself up and you look at things a different way, you're adjusting your beliefs. You're adjusting how you think the world should work. If you have the wrong ideas of how life should work, you're going to be driving your car the wrong way. It's like I thought that the car would turn on if I had a really good time partying to the stereo. I like that analogy there just because, I mean, there's so many ways you could mismanage a car. It's like, I thought it would move if I get outside and turn the wheels or push it. It's like, no, just turn it on. Let the engine do the work. Life is designed to do the heavy lifting for you. You're meant to just make the important choices. But yeah, if you choose the wrong choices, you can have a good time, like partying to the radio, but that's not going to turn on the car. That's not going to steer the car. No, we need to learn how life really works. And so first and foremost, the idea of that everything can be used in a way that works or a way that doesn't work. And in a way, it's kind of ironic that there's kind of one way that it really works, right? If you want to turn on your car, you got to start the ignition, whether you got the old turn key or the push button ignition. And then there are so many wrong ways to start the car. I thought that I partied to the radio. If I thought I got out and pushed it. If I thought if I begged and prayed, come on, car. If I thought if I got really mad, come on, car, I'm banging on it. Like, go. It's like, no, just push the button. It's so easy. Or turn the key. It's so easy. Life is designed to be really easy, to work really well. We just have to learn how to use it properly. And your belief systems are what tells you what to do, your expectations of how things will work, your view on the meaning of things, your explanations, interpretations. Another word, I'm looking for different synonyms. Get a handle on what belief systems mean. Because a lot of terms get thrown around. We want to keep reminding ourselves of what they really mean. Be willing to have that sort of beginner's mind, that childhood-like innocence of just like, wait a minute, we've been talking about love, love, love. What is love? What is it even? Is it? You know, and it's like, that's where you can actually face a lot of negativity. People will say, shut up, you're supposed to know what that is. It's like, no, there are a lot of basics in our society that people should question. What are we even talking about here? What do we even value? What do we even believe in? Well, the idea that there's a positive and negative way to use everything. There's a way it works and a way it doesn't work. And the way it works tends to be very specialized, very, look, I mean, things were built, so this is the starting button of the car, the turn the ignition. We don't want to have like all 10 different ways to start the car. We have one way to start the car. Well, similarly, The universe works perfectly. It is designed to succeed. It is designed to excel and thrive. Your life is designed to excel and thrive. However, there is only one way certain things will work. The universe is a term they use in nature sciences, parsimonious, or physics is parsimonious. In other words, that nature finds one way that things work, and it doesn't waste a lot of energy on other stuff. Nature is looking for the smoothest, easiest path, the path of least resistance, which is nice to know. It's like that water flows over a landscape, the path of least resistance. You have a way that your life works that is the path of least resistance. It's incredibly easy, but you do have to know how life works. You do have to have these belief systems that will tell you the proper way to start your car is to push the ignition button, not any other number of ways that don't work. So yes, you need the instruction manual to life. Well, the instruction manual to life, where is that? I mean, well, it's actually your life. You're living it all the time. The way that you believe in yourself, the way that you believe in the world, the way you interact with it, that is your instruction manual to life. There is an instruction manual to life. It is how you live. There's much more importance on your state of being, how you live, how you approach things. And that is to be done with love. That's why love is the answer. Love is the only thing that's real. All of this stuff that results from doing things the proper way, from running the universe, which is designed to be incredibly successful. Your whole life is designed to be incredibly successful. You just have to run it the right way. Society is not meant to have all the solutions for us. It is natural to want and need validation, but we need to learn to validate ourselves. We need to value ourselves. We need to believe that our life works. If we look for that in other people, we may or may not find anyone who understands us. Society, the world, the collective, another word for it, the collective is not meant to have all the answers for us. There are a lot of people today who are really stressing out one way or another, trying to make the world work a certain way. You should all be nice, or you should all be following me. You should all be doing this. You should all be doing that. If you're a nice person, you try to work with people. You try to make peace. You try to explain, and you hope to convince everyone to understand and want world peace with you. Not everyone wants world peace, though. A lot of people want to have world war. A lot of people want to have this very dramatic, horrific, world-ending kind of conclusion to life. We need to let them be. We need to let it be that the collective, the society, is never meant to be entirely on your side. It's meant to show you a range of options. It's meant to show you the kinds of different belief systems that are out there, the kinds of different ways of running your life. You're meant to see other people not as your solution, or not as you their solution that they need. We're not here to rescue each other. We're here to get ideas from each other of how to run our own universe. Each person is actually their own universe. We're not raised to think this way because society is meant to be this kind of conglomerate, this sort of bell curve. It's like there's this average of, everybody who's following the rules, doing things the right way, and then society will tolerate a certain amount of eccentricity, but, you can't go too far. You will get a lot of pushback from society if you really try to think outside the box, really try to live a new way. It's society's job. Let things do their job. It's society's job to hold together a sort of average and just smooth out and invalidate the extreme. So if you are fundamentally not thriving in your society, you need to fundamentally change, and you will fundamentally experience a lot of invalidation from society. Society is actually doing its job. So this is what happens a lot on the spiritual path, that people wake up. There's a greater universe, there's a greater love, there's a greater intelligence behind everything that can wake you up at different times, give you some kind of peak experience of, oh my God, this is what's possible. When you have these peak experiences in your life, they could be mystical, supernatural, or they could be just experiences of incredible flow, incredible happiness. Oh my God, this vacation is going so well. Oh my God, this relationship is going so well. Oh my God, this job is going so well. Whatever. you get in this flow, you have these magical moments, and then it changes, something changes, and you can freak out. It's like, what happened? Did I do something wrong? And yes, all of these belief systems, all of the stuff you learned from society, it will rush in with answers for you. It will tell you like, oh yeah, you're bad and wrong. You blew it. You were feeling really good because you were obeying the rules, but now you're not obeying the rules. You did something wrong. You only get one chance. Your life is over. You can feel broken very quickly if you always go to society and other people to validate you. But if you understand how everything is just doing its job, and that there is a design to the universe, that everything will fit together when you have the correct instruction manual, the correct beliefs, then you can allow everything to just do what it does. You don't have to fight it. So there are, we're really on the brink with the world today. There's ecological disaster, social disasters, wars, corruption, pollution, a lot of things to feel scared about, to feel down about. But I don't feel scared. I feel very excited because I have many times, I've tapped into the design of the universe, how well it works. And the thing is that you have been to heaven many times. The trick is to stay there. You have these peak experiences in your life of incredible flow, of like, oh my God, this is the way life is meant to be. And then, like I said, something changes and you get this rush of beliefs, all the inner critics, the voices in your head, the trauma from the past that says, oh, you're so bad, you don't deserve, you broke things, you're broken, stuff that will shame you. You need to believe in yourself, value yourself more than being crushed by that. You need to get past those things. You need to expect, you need to understand society, the current belief systems, they're just doing their job. When you have a transcendent experience, a peak experience in your life, whatever it is, emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, some kind of really flow moment, that is actually much more of how life is meant to be. That's a doorway, a gateway to your transcendent life as an eternal spiritual being, as a creator being who can always fix problems, who can always find solutions, who can always have the most wonderful life forever. That is the self-love. That is believing in yourself and working with the universe to find the solutions you need. That will come to you in these moments of peak experience. And then society will invalidate you, as I said, that these beliefs will come up. Well, be stronger than being crushed by that. Don't be crushed by it. Don't expect that things should have been perfect. Like, oh, I hit a perfect moment. It should stay this way. This is where a lot of suffering comes in. People get some kind of happy experience, and then they want to cling to that. They want to hold on to that. This is what the Buddha talked about. It's the suffering comes from a clinging. It's been poorly translated. It's not that, they say desire is the root of all suffering. No, that's poor translation. What's this root of all suffering that the Buddha was talking about is more like a craving, a clinging, a desperation. Can't tolerate being without something, a dependency, a codependency. That's the root of suffering. When people are not flexible, I've got to have this. I had a good moment, I've got to have this and never ever lose it. It's like, what is going on with that? There's some kind of deep insecurity there that people have to cling to something. And even the more that you cling to something, the more that you're inflexible and dependent and intolerant of being without something, the more that you won't enjoy it, the more you'll just be focused on the fears of loss. So this is what Buddha was talking about, that you need to find a middle way of being flexible. Neither extreme of I've got to have all the right things, the good things, or I've got to not have them. The ascetic tradition of all the people who say oh no, I don't care about that, and life is just indulgences and temptations. Oh no, I'm better than that. And then there are a lot of people who just want to transcend life by pushing it away. No, we want to absolutely enjoy physical life. But we also don't want to be so dependent on every moment that we're clinging to everything that ever works. Oh, I had a good peak moment. Now I've got to have that for the rest of my life. Never to ever leave me. And this is the suffering people get into, is that they're clinging to a solution. They started to glimpse and feel a solution. A direction of the living, loving universe is a whole system, and it gives you what you need at every moment. So when you get what you need in a certain moment, oh my God, that is so satisfying. And it's more than just getting what you need at that moment. You can actually feel through. You can touch into. There's a universe behind this that cares. The real meaning of the universe is this love, this transcendent caring, so that when I had a need, the universe came through in some way. And you can feel so good. And then, like I said, all the belief systems that don't work, all the instructions that don't work will come up to invalidate you. That, oh, you're supposed to have this forever, like a spiritual bypassing. That's the idea that when people have a happy peak moment, they want to stay there. You know, it's la la la. Don't say anything bad. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. No, let yourself be brought down by circumstances. It's like, okay, I had a peak moment. Treasure that peak moment. Understand that you are not limited by time and space. This is one of the big problems, is that, you know, it gets very fundamental how people are misusing their lives. People don't even understand what time and space are for. There's a cute definition that time is to keep everything from happening all at once. That you need some time to spread things out, to understand things. That's absolutely true. Space, similarly. It's not that you're ever separated from your loved ones or the things and places that you love. There's no separation, actually. But space is to give you, it's more of a mental space, a psychological space, a way of sorting things out. You know, if you think of like a good filing system, it's like everything's in its place. I can find what I need when I need it. I'm not expecting that, like, pick out one folder from the filing system. This should have everything I'll ever need, and it doesn't. No, it's that there's a whole system to understand, and the system works. There's a system to life that works. Society is meant to, as I said, the collective, that world out there, it's meant to contain a variety of options, a variety of choices. You're meant to be able to look at other people as examples of different lifestyles. This is a completely different paradigm. What we were taught was to look at other people and think about all the ways that they're doing right or wrong things, and reward them if they're doing the right stuff, and punish them, correct them, whatever. If we're mean, we'll kill them. If we're nice, we try to argue with them. But we're supposed to convert everything in the collective, in the society, to what would be good for us. This is the cause of suffering. This is that kind of dogmatic fundamentalist clinging to my way or the highway. You know, I found something that worked for me. I need to have that forever. And when it starts slipping away, I'm going to look for who's to blame. You will find examples of things that aren't right for you if you look for them. So the people who are focused on who's ruining my life, who stole my cheese, a book years ago, it's like referring to the idea of, you know, a mouse wants cheese. It's like my happy moment, something that was working slipped away. Who did it? Who took my cheese? These are all false belief systems, though. Again, it's the idea of there is an instruction manual to life. You're reading the instructions to life by how you live. If you live well with the universe, you will get everything you will need at every moment. You will be very satisfied from moment to moment. You won't have to cling to an old solution. So many people are clinging to the past. They think that the use of time is to time and space are about finding perfect things and then locking them in somehow, locking them, guaranteeing. How many people are looking for guarantees of something to work out instead of simply being open heart, open mind? Let me just see how it works out. Let me trust the universe will bring me the solutions I need. So we get very quickly, there are two fundamental ways to approach life. And the negativity, you know, people talk about negativity. What is negativity? Well, clearly, negativity is being mean, being cruel. And there are a lot of people being cruel in the world today. And it's kind of shocking. It's like, don't you understand that love is the answer? No, they don't understand it. They think that domination, they think that forcing things is the answer. They were raised on childhood trauma, various reasons why people think that violence is the answer. Love would just make you weak. Love is what? Love is being kind and nice to people. I'm going to be kind and nice to somebody who wants to, like, hurt me? Well, no, you don't want to go around with a kick me sign. But you do want to not try to get stuck on making people do what's right. That's the negative approach to life. So negativity, it's not just about being mean, it's about being disempowered. It's fundamentally trying to make something work that won't work for you. Some value system, some belief, it's not right for you. It may not be right for anyone. So that's the negative side of life. All the beliefs that say basically the universe is out to get you, that you have to stop the bad things, you have to find the things to fix, it's a hyper focus, a hyper vigilance. It's a kind of PTSD of the spirit to think that the universe is against you and you need to fix it. That will lead you down a whole path of right away you're disempowered, you're defensive, and yes, you will get into a desperation of how do I make the society, how do I make the universe do things my way? And like I said, if you're a nice person, you try to convince people. And if you're a mean person, you just cruel, intimidate, whatever. But there's so many people in the world today who are suffering because they know that, yes, the world is in trouble. We need to fix some things. They don't know how to fix it. So if you're a nice person, you're trying, you get all these spiritual people. It's like, oh my God, when is the world going to wake up? How do I wake people up? I'm waiting for someone to wake up. I'm waiting for my soulmate to wake up. I'm waiting for society to wake up. A lot of people waiting and waiting. And then they get frustrated and angry. And it's like, well, I guess I got to get out there and tell more people what to do. I guess I got to get out there and let's have a meditation group. If we have enough meditators, 100th monkey effect, they call it. If we just have enough people, there'll be a tipping point and everyone will want peace, right? No, society is always meant to be a range of options. It will never totally agree with you. You are the one who has to validate yourself. You are the one who has to believe that there is a way that things work, that when I live my life, I am being exposed to different examples, different examples of lifestyles. I like that. I don't like that. Let me try more of this. Let me let go of that. That's the way to use society. So positive beliefs are the ones that say, look, the universe works. It loves you. There's a place for you to thrive. Everything will work fine. It is for you. It's not against you. Life is for you. Life will help you. So have a fundamentally positive attitude. And if something's not working for you, just let it go with a sense of compassion and how it might fit into a bigger picture. Build bridges, in other words. The positive side of life, you see, people are always building bridges. How can things fit together? How can there be a whole system? How can I have a tolerance of diversity and harmony? The negativity is all about intolerance. No, that can't be, that can't be. So there are two kinds of judgment in life. There's a lot of talk of don't judge me. These people are so judgmental. There are two kinds of judgment. Let's be clear. The negative and the positive. Everything has a negative and a positive form. It's very useful to think this way. Whenever you find something positive, think about what would be the negative use of that, negative form of that? If you find something negative, what would be the positive? This way you can always move yourself toward the positive. If you allow there to be a negative and a positive use of everything, and the society will reflect that with good examples and bad examples of how to live. So negative judgments we're very familiar with. That's when people, they say that negative judgments are an opinion plus a punishment. It is an opinion of what's good. Somebody found something that's good for them, that's right for them to do. Great, do that. But then they get insecure because they have false belief systems of how to run their life. And they start going into, well, it's not enough for this to be right for me. It has to be right for everyone. Negative judgments are when you find something that's right for you, but then you quickly go to this should be right for everyone. And people are wrong if they don't agree. And people are wrong if they don't do this with me. And then you go down a whole path of fighting the world. That's the negative direction of basically thinking the universe is against you and you have to fix it, stop the bad guys, find the bad guys. And the thing is with life, it is infinite. It's an infinite law of attraction system where whatever you're looking for, you'll find more of it. So people who are looking for, I got to find the bad guys. I got to, convert or kill the bad guys, and then we'll someday get to a good life. But if that's your basic functioning of trying to find the problems and fix all the problems, of trying to find the bad guys and fix all the bad guys, you'll never run out. You'll never run out of problems. The universe is kind of like, well, okay, if that's what you like to do, you like to focus on the problems, you like to focus on the enemies, then we'll always give you more problems than enemies. But if you focus on the positive side of life, of like, look, everything is meant to work. The universe is my friend. It is bringing to me different options in the society, in the collective. The world around me is not meant to be my perfect answer. The world is meant to be a menu of different options, a buffet where you go and you find some things you like and you find some things you don't like. You can instantly come to much more peace. You can make a peace with the world if you let it be that I'm the one who's finding my right path through life. And I just let things come and go. I let people come onto my path, into my view, different ideas they give me of how to run life, and then I let them go. This is the side of positive judgments. Positive judgments is where you have an opinion of what's good for you, same as with negative judgments, but rather than the negative judgments that would then try to enforce that opinion on everyone, with positive judgments, you just say like, yippee, I found something good for me. Oh, I can't wait to get deep in that. And live and let live. Hey, everybody else, just find what works for you. I'm telling you, it's great to find something that works for you. There are transcendent human experiences of finding what works for you. It's going to feel so good. But exactly what's right for you, I don't know. At best, I want to make a suggestion. I'll shine my light. I'll show you what works for me. But you have to find what works for you. I'm finding what works for me. This is positive judgments. And this is where you can quickly get a society of diversity and harmony, a tolerant society that not only tolerates differences, but actually celebrates differences, because of a deep understanding that the universe is designed to all work together. It is our friend. It is showing us different options. We'll figure out what to do. But you've got to value and believe in yourself. You've got to trust your own opinion. And of course, what's challenging is that as little kids, growing up, we don't know what's right for us. We don't even know how the world works. In child psychology, they find really fundamental things that you might assume the child has to learn. I was talking last week about object permanence, the idea that at a very early stage of infancy, like 4 to 8 months, a child has to learn that something that's out of sight doesn't instantly disappear. You can have a piece of cardboard and have a toy, like, oh, and the child's so happy, and you move the toy behind the cardboard, even just slowly, like, see, I'm moving it behind the cardboard. Up to a certain age, in the first few months of life, the child will freak out. It's gone. It's disappeared. And then you bring it out the other side. It's like, oh my God, it reappeared. That's magic. And then the child learns that, okay, it's just time and space. It's like temporarily out of sight, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's what you need to learn as an adult. Object permanence is actually a skill that you will keep learning. That the good things in life that come to you, let them go when it's time to let them go. They don't disappear. Everything that you need in life is available. It's just it will come to you at the right time. Trust that the present moment, the universe is helping you. It is bringing you everything you need to thrive. Now, that's a totally different mindset from the scarcity, the deprivation, the blaming side of life, where people are thinking negatively, like, oh my God, people took my stuff. I will never get it back. I'm so deprived. I'm suffering. I'm desperate. People become very defensive, and you have felt it yourself. It can be shocking just how negative we can become at times when we're threatened by life, right? It's like, oh, something I counted on isn't there, and we freak out. And the freak out is just the initial negative beliefs coming up, saying like, yeah, you're vulnerable, you're missing something you need. Let's hammer you now with like, people stole it, people are out to get you, the universe is bad. Just validate yourself. Say, no, that's not true. You can actually get excited about negativity. You can actually say, like, instead of thinking like, oh gosh, this awful person has come to do awful things to me, instead you can get excited of like, oh, look, what a great example of what not to do. What a great example. Or the thoughts, the insecure thoughts, the inner critics come up. That's so cool. It's coming up. It's like, it's a moment of the universe is telling me I can work on this right now. The universe is my friend. So whatever's coming up is for me to work on. I can get excited. Ooh, I'm afraid of something. that fear is an indication of something that doesn't work. If you fundamentally believe that the universe loves you, that it all fits together, that it has solutions for you, it's always trying to help you, then if you have a fear of like, oh, but my life is going to be over, I'm going to run out of money, run out of friends, I can't do something, I'm going to be fired from my job, whatever. If you fundamentally know that the universe is a good place and it's helping you, you're not going to be a sucker for those fears. You're going to think, oh, I'm afraid of something that's not true. How exciting, I found something that's not true. I was depending on, some tricks, some talent to always be there, and it's not there right now. It's because I guess I don't need it, that's all. So you can get excited about all of your negative experiences in life because it's something to solve. If you have that deeper sense of valuing yourself, believing in yourself, I believe in myself, I am meant to be here. I am meant to exist. I am meant to thrive. The whole universe fits together. Every problem that comes up, it's just an opportunity to understand something better to solve it. This is the instruction manual to life. It's like nobody gave the instructions. Nobody told me what to do. Actually, life is always helping you, guiding you what to do in the form of the challenges that come up, the fears, the insecurities that come up, having a deeper sense of value, of confidence in yourself, in the universe, and saying, aha, these are just false ideas that I would die, that things don't work, that we're at the end of the world. No, yes, we're at the end of an old world. We're at the beginning of a new world. So if you're on the positive side of life, if you validate yourself, if you have the kind of belief systems that help you see how the universe is actually your friend and guiding you to understand things, to work through situations, to develop your positive judgments of all the values that are right for you, and so you can live and let live, and just encourage other people, find what's right for you, I'm finding what's right for me. If you can do all that, then life is this amazing, wonderful journey. It will never end. It's beautiful, and it will get smoother, okay? You don't have to be at the end of the old world, all this crisis and trauma, and on the brink of disaster. There is the old world that's ending, but if you have the beliefs that help you to move in, you can move into the new world. There's a new world growing. If you see the cup is not just half empty, it's half full. It's actually rapidly filling with the positive beliefs. There is so much good happening in the world today. It's just easy to see the headlines of all the bad that's happening. Well, that's because the insecure, old world people, old system people, their world is dying, things are breaking down for them, and they can only think in terms of enemies. They want to grab the headlines. They want to make everyone afraid of them. They want to make it look like the world is ending. But you can be validating yourself. You can value yourself far more than a society that would have a mix of good and bad and maybe tilt to the side of people who are going to destroy the world. Or maybe if I wait and be hopeful, it'll tilt to the side of people who want to save the world. No, I'm going to save the world. I'm saving the world by working with the universe right now. Now, there's a new world happening right now. There are people like me who are very tuned in, very excited to share how good the universe is, what kind of solutions we're looking for. You have your moments in life where you get your downloads, your inspiration, or your synchronicities, your guidance, like the universe is working with me. I'm learning life lessons. Have a sense of learning life lessons every day. Every day I'm excited to, universe is my friend. It's going to show me more of how to heal the old traumas, how to let go of the false beliefs, how to let go of people and things that don't work for me, how to embrace more of what does work for me. So that's about what I wanted to say for my inspired introduction. Just a sense of there is a positive and negative way to approach everything in life. And the negative way is going to lead you down a path of not believing in yourself, of looking for outside power, outside validation, trying to build up piles of money, guarantees that things will work out. There's a whole path that so many people are going down, and yeah, that world ends. It's sad, but a lot of people are going to die in one way or another. You're not necessarily going to see it, though. Don't be afraid. We're talking about a multiverse. Okay, this is rather sci-fi, but it's also physics. It's like it's a multiverse. There's every possibility existing. So there are worlds that are dying and died and will die. There are worlds there, and there are many people are going to those worlds. You can see it, you can feel it, because what's real is the energy of how a person lives. It's not what they have, it's not the pile of money, it's not the houses, it's not the friends, the followers, it's how they function, the state of being. That is the real value. That is the real secret to life. Developing yourself, becoming a better person. That's your real goal in life. That's going to tilt you to the positive side so you can make the best use of everything that's coming to you. And yeah, you can see that beyond the scary headlines, there are so many magical things happening, in technology, in philosophy, in the arts, in the humanities. Like, there are just magic everywhere you turn. As long as you're guided by that sense of the positive of like, I'm looking for what works for me, and the universe is my friend. Let the universe bring to you a variety of things. At first, the universe may bring to you a lot of things to say no to. It's kind of like a menu of like, you're flipping through the menu at the restaurant. It's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm looking for this section. I know there's a section for me. Where is my favorite dishes? I'm vegetarian, or I'm into fish, or whatever. Like, you're looking for the area of the menu of life that is right for you. So at first, there may be a lot of things that you need to say no to. But have courage, validate yourself, value yourself, believe in yourself. You're getting through the things to say no to. And you will find that the world today is full of amazing developments, amazing trends. Just be guided to the things that are right for you. And you will find that the universe truly is your friend, that you are living the instruction manual of life all the time. Every day you're learning new lessons, you're getting guidance, you're getting inspiration, you're getting new friends and opportunities. You will move into that new world, and you will see the world change and wake up in ways that you didn't think were possible in the old system. But in the new system, where miracles are the default and the universe is designed to work, and it's really just about you learning to say yes to the universe because it's already saying yes to you, your life will be magical and amazing very quickly, very smoothly. So believe in yourself, value yourself. That's what we're going to talk about more today.
Okay, I'm going to describe now the format that we use for the check-ins, for the sharings. I encourage you to pause the recording and do this for yourself, because it's going to help you to center, ground, and balance your energy in this challenging subject material. And then I'll be sharing some highlights from the conversation we had based on the check-ins.
Your name and where you're calling from, first of all. 3 parts. Name and where you're calling from. Second, be authentic, be genuine. A little bit about how you're doing, where you're coming from. A good way to check in with yourself and with others is physically, how you're doing, emotionally, your feelings, mentally, what kind of thoughts you're having, and spiritually, your values, your inspiration. So physical, emotional feelings, mental thoughts, spiritual inspiration, how are you doing there? And third point of a check-in, what do you think of this topic? Where do you have difficulty valuing yourself? Where have you felt devalued by others? Where has it been difficult for you to recover your value, to heal from the kind of traumas of being devalued? Where is it difficult for you to believe in yourself? And where have you had success in your life in believing in yourself? So, in other words, this topic, what brings you here today?
Between doing and being, because I tend to do a lot at work. Sometimes I do a lot, even after hours and constantly. And I have to pause and say, you know what, my internal journey is also important. I have to put aside time for that. So it's also a balance between doing, being, but at the end, always trust yourself,
That's lovely. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. I want to talk more about that with the doing and the being, because our society so values the doing, achievements, and that can work only if you first have the being. You have to have a healthy, happy state of being, and then you can easily flow into doing stuff. But if we're starting from some trauma and we're getting all this performance pressure, you should do this, you should do that, we can really feel quickly bad about ourselves because I can't do that. I need to heal. There's something in me that's hurting. So I love that you said, you acknowledge, you are grateful for the times in your life when society, people were there for you. They believed in you. They helped you when you needed help. And as I was listening to that, I'm thinking like, yeah, I bet there are people who are thinking like, well, I didn't have that kind of validation, that kind of help. And we want to be aware. There's always the flip side. This is compassion, to realize that for every good thing that I receive, I can also think of somebody who doesn't have that and have compassion for them. And that actually is the direction of realizing the only way I can really help people is to help myself and show how good life can be, and then have a generosity of encouraging and believing in other people. You notice the people that are really negative in the world, those are the ones who hoard a lot of things for themselves and invalidate others, because they're actually spreading their insecurity. They have like an empty, bottomless pit of insecurity within themselves. So no matter how much stuff they get, no matter how much achievement they get, they're never going to feel good enough. So then they can't possibly help other people to feel good about themselves. They don't even feel good about themselves. So we can only spread what we already have. And then we can appreciate when feel grateful when somebody shows us the good example, but we resonate with it, we pursue more of that. So I guess what I'm getting to is a sense of absolutely to have gratitude for everyone and everything that helps us in life. And to add that to our belief system that, yes, the universe is my friend. It's always bringing to me what I need to work on, what will help me. And to realize if I responded well to anything, it's me. I want to keep validating me. I want to come back to me. Yes, I was given help, but I received that help. I made use of that help. So we always want to celebrate how we become a better person with whatever help is given us. If we focus on our own ability to become a better person, then we can also deal with the times that people don't validate us, people don't help us, because then we have that center of sensing like, well, I remember the times that somebody helped me and what that feels like. Here's somebody who's against me, who's invalidating me, but that's not true. That's not real. I think I want to have compassion for that person. I bet they're really suffering inside and they're just kind of spreading their suffering. They don't know how to love me because they don't know how to love themselves. They don't know how to believe in me because they don't believe in themselves. So to have a sense of, we do always have our own soul guiding us, our own higher self, our own great energy of our part of the universe. And that's what comes through these situations of other people. It comes through a lot. The love of the universe that we are within ourselves comes through people who are helping us. And it doesn't come through, we feel the lack of it in people that are actually suffering and just spreading their own suffering. So we can have a lot more tolerance for all situations if we focus on our own self-improvement.